Hello everyone, we are back for more Ark Nova on BGA, but before we start, maybe some of you have already seen it. Big shout out to my girlfriend. She drew me a new awesome YouTube banner, which you can see on the screen now. I really love how she integrated my self-made banner a bit into it and put some games I really enjoy on the side. You can put in the comments if you recognize all the games and tell me the names. Yeah, she's also going to design me a thumbnail for YouTube, which should improve the one I currently have. So very nice. I am really happy about it, and I wanted to share this with you guys. I will link her artist Instagram account also in the description. Now we are going back to playing some Ark Nova. Let's see how we can do today. We're still quite low in the elite division, but that's okay. There's room for improvement in the next season. We see what we can do the remainder for this season, which is like 1.5 weeks. We don't start the first game. They declined. Let's see what the first game will be. There we go. Okay, we are on Research Institute, snapping sponsors. I like it. This is a bit too much for Research Institute where you already have this. Ooh, building over rock and water I really like here. Digging cards is quite good, so they're probably happy to get it back, but building over rock and water is quite nice. So we have Asia, monkeys, and America. So we can always start with monkey uni because build will be at 2. We will be starting player and we can immediately build there if we need to. Yeah, so that could be an option to go for 2 monkeys around 1. And then we see what we will have in the starting hand. Yeah, we definitely take these 2. They probably have money sponsor or pavilion build, I guess, as their first pick. Maybe discount animals. Okay, they took sunbathing sponsors. Okay. What do we have here? We have a monkey. We can go full out on monkeys, which would be interesting. Definitely not too bad. End games are small animal and conservation. Not many sponsors. We take the expert in herbies nonetheless to be able to snap something with our sponsor's ability. What else do we want? Maybe the bamboo forest for some release upside. Something like this should make sense, I guess. We could also start with monkey uni first to see if a 2 size is useful. Anything? Yeah, the expert in Americas is definitely interesting. We could snap it with our sponsor. But starting with the 4 size will be a bit difficult over here. Maybe we still start with... we can't play this one then anyway. I think we start with the monkey uni. Okay. Yeah, we have a lot of point bombs already in hands. How will it go? with this game. I feel more like building a 4 size, but then we start so far away from the uni and building over rock and water was complete. We could start a 4 size here, but then we can't play the monkey. Except if we play the expert in Urbies, which I don't like. They started a 3 size over there. I definitely... How much money will we have going into round 2? That should be okay. I don't want to upgrade sponsors yet, since I want to use stability. So if that's a bit bothersome. I think playing the brown spider monkey is much more useful than getting the uni right now. We could start over the X, then we... Yeah, that's okay, I think. We have big animals that don't necessarily require water. Now we probably snap the expert in Americas. Let's see what sponsor they have. Zoo School would also be quite nice, but for that I did plan not quite well ahead. But I think the expert in America is quite nice. Although the Zoo School would be probably good um, um, with having another upgrade. Not another one, an upgrade. They start with Asia. They definitely have not the macaque. So we're getting closer to the uni here. Expert Americas with Americas as a base project, and we have another monkey Americas tech here. I think that's a good enough start. Going for 2 monkeys when we have already all of them in hand. Maybe I should have upgraded sponsor and go for a quick break. Get a lot of money. But we'll see. Okay. They have a lot of money. I think we play the monkey. They can't pilfer us. There is... But it requires science, which they don't have. Let's build neat in the corners, I think. I don't care too much about the second kiosk here. Let's see what they do. If they do cards, then we definitely break. With cards, snap the Zoo School probably, if they don't dig it away and don't... Okay, they dig it away. Bison is also a bit interesting with the bamboo forest, but we can't keep everything. Maybe we break the sponsors. Maybe we break with sponsors. Take 2 size with the reward. Build a 5 size here. Do we have enough for Bison? Definitely not. Without the European partner zoo. It's quite expensive. But I don't feel like drawing cards. I want to keep these kind of. We're not that far away from having enough money. Like with one more break that, with one break action here, that could happen. Jungle. America's Bird, but that's difficult to play. But I think two size is the right reward. We can build big and make a quick round. But then we have the same problem of how do we store 4 cards? We could go for hand size uni. They build a 4 size. This is touching water. Are we greedy with the bamboo forest for now? Or are we going for 5 monkeys now anyway? But we only need to build one enclosure to, if we get the jungle, to have a lot of big animals here. We have 5 in hand, but that's too difficult to play. I guess we take hand size. That's a bit of an odd snap with these projects. They probably realize that we will have the bamboo forest. Okay, they split even their start. Now I think they could have the pilfer monkey. Tusa is still quite nice. We can clever down animals for now. Build a 2 size, then build a 2 size here doing the break with the reward, and then build a 5 size down here. Upgrade sponsors for sure. Let's see what animals they have. Sumatran tiger. That's a crazy first animal. They needed a science tag for that as well. Okay, they have an upgrade now too. But the split starts, I don't know. They are quite far away from the uni. They upgrade cards first, I see. Why didn't we just snap the jungle, and that would have made much more sense with this release. I kind of ignored the one we already played. I don't know why. What do I want to upgrade? Probably still animals, even though we only play them next round. There could be some idea for cards, but we probably do break. What will be the next upgrade? With animals, we can assure that we get it. Okay, and they just break as well. We need a lot of money, so I don't mind the break. The ibex would be a nice animal as well. They only have 2 cards in hand. Yeah, let's just... We could break with cards, make it a quick next round as well. I don't hate it. Snap the jungle. So we have a nice 5 size down here, where some animals can live. Then we have a 5 size here. Now we should have upgraded cards that would have saved us 1 X token. They may be interested in the hornbill, but I don't think they should snap it. Franchise business. I was not interested in that at all, to be honest. That would have been good for them. Sponsorship lines. That's not worth the snap for sure. We can break next round. Do we need snapping? Not really. Nah. This we can snap for the hornbill. Three size we don't really need. I think we want the money. We will get a lot of money, but we need a lot of money. We can go with the pavilions. You need to be a bit careful that we can build one. One 5 size down here. The 3 size is a bit useless. That's good. That is well good. So many good cards. So many projects to do. Probably play animals. We can play 2 with the ibex and the hornbill. It costs us an X token, but it saves us an X token if we break afterwards. So that's also good enough. The only problem could be if they have a Pilfer monkey still, which could be the case. Upgrade. Probably cards. We don't need that many cards. Maybe let's upgrade the source. Let's play the ibex. And then the hornbill in here, so we have one connected to water at least, and this is next to a kiosk, so it will increase our income. I kind of want to build a five size at some point. I want to break, build a five size. But we should be quite far ahead for sure. And though a five size is scary, it's only connected to one water at least. So we get rid of the expert in small animals, I guess. It's not really useful to play it. It's 2 points, but we need all the money we can get, so I just break. And we want to keep everything else. Rhino. Don't say no to that. We have the place for it. We could go for habitats maybe. A llama for Americas. Let's see what the big animal is they have. Asian elephant, which is quite good with Asia as a base project. At least Asia is kept at 3 CP, which is good. They don't have a sponsor plate yet. We only have one. Not sure we can make the end game on it. Now we will build a 5 size, but we're short on playing both of these. Except if we maybe take money or something from the project. But even then it should be not enough. I think let's calculate afterwards. We need 43, no. Even then it's not enough. We get 2 sponsors, which is so. They are about to break again, okay. No problem. We can take the clever reward. We can do the primate management for now. Ah, we only have one monkey. Partner zoo is definitely too slow. Playing animals. It's a bit wasted. Then we have our project, but it costs us an X token as well. But I guess that's okay. The rhino has no project for us yet, so. Sloth bear, boar. Boar is a bit interesting. Funnily enough, with the archaeologist, all the spaces we have are border spaces still, so we plan quite well ahead for that. Not that we can take much use out of it. Yeah. So we do our project. The llama makes sense. They can flock it. It's America. So we take probably clever. We need so much money still. But cards is kinda in the way. There are a lot of America tags now. He needs so much money. We don't even have enough to. We don't even have enough to play the propitious monkey. So probably take 5 money as income now. But clevering down cards would be better for getting a lot of money with our sponsors when we break. So maybe clever is a bit more money, or at least not that much less money for now. And it can help us on the long way. We had small animals and something. Conservation zoo is definitely good. We discard the small animals. We already have 3 projects, and we have at least one more. Should be 2 more. Though we don't have a clear way to next project, to a Rhino project. So we first clever down cards and then build probably. I know we need to build at some point, but also we need to see how many animals of these we play anyway. So this will be 16 points, 25 points, so we had 57. With the Rhino project, where we need to play the octopus, it's another 19 points, so 57, 76. Yeah, we're getting somewhere. Okay, it's just a lemur, but they can release it. And they might... No, they don't have an enclosure. Okay. Ah, they have the llama. Yeah. We knew about it. So but they only are at 1. They did not do their project, which I find a bit crazy. They still have their walker. Why didn't it? Do we want to play the ornithologist? The archaeologist? Does not do much for us. It allows us to play the cobra, so maybe it's justified. I think we can build down here. Get a bit closer to the money. Move again, build down, and then cards down and then build. Maybe not. Maybe build first and then... Maybe just cards. We want to build a 5 size, but we don't have the money afterwards anyway. They are also very poor. We still can't play the... Maybe we take 2 rep and partner zoo. Africa could be interesting. Americas could be interesting. With Americas we can get the 5 money here. Could be an idea. Might be a bit slow. What do we need? 40, so probably better to do the primate management and get 12 money. We still can't do it. Why do I forget about it? Yeah, then we do what I just did. But in Europe is not too useful. Africa is not too useful, but it gets us closer to species. Now we already have the boa. But I don't want to build a small aquarium, and I kind of butchered. I still can play it here. Maybe that's what I do. We just have, no, we don't have enough money. Need to build for it. We want to constrict their sponsors. We kind of want a quick round anyway. We could just break so we are able to play 2 animals. Building a small aquarium feels so slow. But the Venom could be annoying, maybe. And we then have a space for our last kiosk for Expert in America's endgame. We can play now the Octopus and the Constrictor, which should be a bit annoying for them. Let's see what animals they have. Okay. Helps us getting closer to the break. They still can release monkeys, but they're going for more monkeys. So we constrict their sponsors and give them some Venom tokens. Let's see what we draw first. The Flamingo could be nice at some point. We could even play it, but it would not be that's not too useful. Good, they didn't get it, but it would not be our Rhino project still. That would be our Rhino project. So we constrict their sponsors, they won't probably break, so it hurts them there, and they have the Venom, so they, even if they break now for 3, they don't get that much money. Do we play the Expert in Predators? Probably not. Does not do too much for us. Okay, just to wrap. But it's almost the same amount of money. How much money do we get? 41. 30. 8, 39 if we play it. Probably it's not useful. Let's not do it. Does not feel right. Okay, now we can get rid, probably still of the expert. I don't want them to scavenge the tiger. Now we clever down cards and build again, but we want still... maybe we never build big for the mandrel anyway. This is 16, 25, 68, plus 15, we had 83. Yeah, 83. I don't think we have time for it. I'm a bit unfortunate that the lesser flamingo goes, but we like the Rhea. I still don't have any sponsors. We have the expert in America's endgame. And they don't have much money. Native farm we can still play, but it's 4 points. So we discard this one. Pander. It's almost playable. But I know they can play it, and it's probably one way they could get back in this game. But they need to build for it. Probably you should take it away still. We can't build the 2 size. No, otherwise we destroy our 5 size enclosure, which we still might not need. Let's get built down first and then cards. We can still play it from range, which might be okay. Let's see what we draw. Could be interesting, some rep, but stupid. Why did I spend the X token? I can't get rep anyway. That was a wasted X token. Does not make a big difference. Property species, they only have 3 so far. They have 4. They only have 3 continents. I think it does not matter much, but Europe and Australia are a bit harder to come by than another species, I guess. This would be 5th America. So is it project into X tokens? They break a lot because they're so poor probably. But that's good for us. We have still expensive animals. Still, the X tokens can be useful at some point. Sure. So next round we want to play the Probitious Monkey and the Anaconda, and then we have 5 Americas. I know the Bison is there as well, but it's not better than the Probitious Monkey, which we can play because we can ignore 1 condition. Do we need any extra money? We have 35. This is 42, we get 10 extra. We get 5 extra if we 35, 40, so we need 1 X token so we can play this now, which does nothing for us, so we probably should not play it. Maybe we find the time to play it, but probably not. They don't have an open 5 size, so I'm not worried. We probably won't build. Do we need another 2 size? Still not probably. Just in case. 1697. Yeah. We just finished with 2 actions. Unfortunately, we won't get last worker. There's not much with the X tokens to do, so we can do projects, animals project. But this feels like it's overkill. It's not so needed. Let's just finish as quick as we can. We get 4 points here also, which is quite nice. And we can't constrict them this time. So now we do 5 Americas and be done with it. Yeah, we had a crazy hand at some point with all the big monkeys, a rhino. But we found time to play all these nice little animals in between, like the constrictor and the anaconda. They are good points, good points value. The ibex for getting along with the break faster was also nice. So we found good animals to play in between all these big ones. They have now almost 5 monkeys, but it's a bit late. Americas 5. We take 5 money is enough to donate. So yeah, that was quite a convincing game. Probably not against the highest rated opponent, I assume. No. At least, yeah. I think still we played it quite okay. We did not have many sponsors. Maybe we could have snapped the zoo school in the first round instead the expert, but I think the expert was quite useful. Like we got the end game, it helped us to get to 5 Americas, so I think it was the right snap in the first round. Wasting an X token if we can't exceed the reputation here anyway was definitely useless. Good thing I remembered that I can't. I should not play this, since it would not have any effect. Okay, they only released the llama, so it didn't matter which project we put out. They could not leech very well off it anyway. But I think, isn't that better than the llama release? Even in this direction, they could take the partner zoo first and then do 4 habitats. So that should be 4 points more or something. Yeah. Not many points, but that was a bit expected. Still 8 points. That's more than I did expect. Are they in Elite League? They're in Diamond. So yeah, maybe a bit slow, but that's okay. We triggered a lot of breaks, but they broke a lot. Yeah, 25 turns is so fast, but that was just because they did help us break so much. So that's a bit misleading, the 25 turns. It would have been slower if they did not break that heavily, even though we triggered all the breaks, so they even helped us get all the X tokens for it, which was nice of them, I guess. So, yeah. Should we do another one? Maybe we play a second game to see where we go from here. There we go. Let's see if we have a crazy start with monkeys like before. Probably not. We are in Commercial Harbor. Nothing here screams yay. Probably the ignore requirements. Not too useful. Kiosk build. No discard cards is nice with Commercial Harbor, I think. But they probably have one good sponsor or something. Okay, discount animals, which is also nice. But I think snapping cards is better here than the kiosk build. Not much for the projects. The code here is okay. We could start double petting zoo. I don't mind that. Nothing else really screams much. We could go for Sea Cave, but Sea Cave will be a bit contested. Or the reptiles will be at least contested. This is an Azure animal, I know, but it's quite expensive. These sponsors don't do anything for us. We could start with Predator Uni if it's still available. Otherwise we can take Reptile Unis later. Yeah, the Mountain Taper is a bit expensive for the start, I feel like. Science Lab is interesting, definitely on this map. No, they take the Reptile. Sea Turtle tank. Do we want to draw cards first? Do we want to take hand size? Probably makes sense to take hand size. But we delay it a bit. So I want to do cards, take hand size, yeah, and then maybe build before so we can start selling cards. Or should we start with the science lab is also quite good, but I feel like snapping it is a bit wild. A lot of reptiles, this gives us also some direction. We can start selling the ornithologist. Not snapping the science lab is a bit crazy, but I don't want to discard any cards. We have the Commercial Harbor, which is nice. Thorny Devil makes sense as a reptile. We probably still start with our petting zoo idea. to leave more room up here. Expert in Africa could be interesting, but then we might put this into range. But it's a good sponsor to play, to circle through our actions. They might snap the Science Lab anyway. They want to sell cards as well. Probably we sell the Python. We have some kind of release, but we need to be a bit careful what they do, what they play. We could consider breaking. But now they can sell all their cards probably. No, now breaking seems not so useful. We could, now I would like to build a 2-size connected to water, but building it here is also okay. We could grab the Science Lab. Science Lab on this map is especially good, I think. We start selling the reptile. Maybe the expert in Africa would be something to play. Maybe find one more petting zoo. Easily, but it's a good income. Maybe the quad is not that useful, but we have the 2-size for it. They will go for 2 reptiles anyway. I know we have the CK release, but we will find something better for it later. Yeah, building makes sense. They have so much money. Okay, they want to play a sponsor. Federal grants, yeah. That's very good. Let's play the expert in Americas, on Africa. Maybe break is more useful. They get such great income. Which animals do they have? Sony Devil and only Thorny Devil. Okay. They were worried we break, so they played Federal Grants that fast in their last action. 6, or is the X token more important? I think getting 6 is more useful. Now we can do a full grown cards action. Could even break. We could break now and do, but we want sponsors high. We can even do a cards one action and sell something. So that's all good. Ooh. Was a special assignment. Mangabe. It's a release potential. This feels quite far away, and I'm not sure if I can keep it that. I could keep it that long, but if I want to go for it. Do we do a cards one action? Probably. Get a uni, upgrade animals and sponsors probably. Cable car. Could be interesting as well. With the Coty. We can go like this. Not the worst. The cheetah is quite nice. They might snap it. They do probably reptiles too. We could go predator uni into upgrading. No, cheetah makes sense. There might be some kind of race for break chicken, but we have a lot of good sponsors to play, so I don't mind that. I think. It's only one upgrade with this uni, but so we have a project for next round. That's also very good. I don't even want to sell anything. And we start with cable car maybe to conserve sponsor strength. If they had built a 5 size, I would say we play the expert. But with the Coty, I think it's more useful to play the cable car right now. It fits nicely here. If I can adjust it, then we could play the Zoo School here, have immediate connection to the ×2. That's also very nice. Should we build a 4 size and grab the macaque? Maybe. But building a 3 size, grabbing the Brahmin kite with cable car is also not too bad. And it gives us another card, maybe. So can we play both of these afterwards? 23, yeah, we can even. We can play the macaque with ignoring condition. Is it better? I think this works out quite well, like this. You do have another expansion area. Now I want to play my expert and predators. Should I play the expert and predators first? I think we can do that. I want these other sponsors in play as well, especially the science lab. We'll see. But this is 6 money. I think this was worth it, the 1x token. Okay, they go for everything, but it gave us a lot of money. But the cheetah is also quite well with selling cards here. They keep the platypus, okay. But these are quite nice. These are again 14 more points with the cable car. The Lenga would also be interesting. Let's see what we hunt. Zebra, we can sell it. We keep up with their income, even though they have a lot of kiosks, but we have a nice AP lead. But they're probably interested in the large animals. But them, their map is not that butchered. They have expansion area. Do we draw from the deck? They can break then. I'd like to play. If I could pick up the macaque, I would do it. We can. Do we think they break? They probably will. But they just placed down. If they do break, that's okay. They just placed down their these are also quite good with the they just placed down their source, so Asia release migration recording. We sell all the animals here. We can play it even. With the ignore requirements, which could be useful. I know we have two, maybe we get rid of the CK for now. We play the science lab, pick up the macaque. Then we can draw up large animals maybe in the, yeah, we could draw up large animals in the break. They play animals again, even two. They have more small predators like the fennec fox or something. Platypus. The venom is a bit annoying. Okay, they have the badger. Let's build a 3 size. Let's see what they do. They probably break. Yeah. Then we can start with predators. Play the macaque. Play migration recording. Do they snap the grizzly bear? Probably. Makes sense. We definitely need to take the large animals with our science lab. Explorer. Do we snap Explorer? Maybe. Let's upgrade animals. Snap Explorer, I think. Gorilla field research is also quite nice. Sell the large animals, probably. Do we play the macaque? But it's 2 new tags. We could draw cards. I want to play the Explorer first. Wow, what? I want to play them all. Now we play the hippo. So we can do sponsors. I want to play all these. We want a long round. Let's see. Maybe the Foreign Institute can go. They build another 3 size. They don't. Okay. Not for now. How do we play all these sponsors? Yeah, probably just break now, next action then. So we might need to start selling things. Only playing one animal is so wrong, but we only get sponsors. They probably give us money. We just don't do good with the project. They will do, they won't break. They won't break. We build a 5 size. Okay, they break. We get rid of 1 card. They could have played their Grizzly. They could not. I guess that's okay. It's 3 money. We are quite rich. Probably. What do they need? We would like the gorilla field research. Both of us are just so rich. I want this elephant. It's probably snap worthy, especially since it's Asia. So we snap it next round if they don't have the chameleon. But I'm sure they have the wild chameleon. Sun bear. Then they do have 5 predators. Oh, they get snapping there. This is so annoying. That is so annoying. This elephant is so good. This elephant, why? And then, I'm not even sure if I can put out the project. This elephant would have been so good, and we don't have anything to do. More sponsors, sure. I want animals to play. This Asian elephant would have saved our game. Now I think we don't have a chance. Should we play these two? This and migration recording. I'm not even sure I want to put out this project. I still think we need to play this project. They can do grizzly and elephant in the same enclosure. They will finish so fast. Definitely don't need the money. Probably the rep is more useful. Now we play, build a small aquarium, probably. Or do we just build a large aquarium? Probably makes more sense. Zoo school. Other large is not doing much for them. Let's first draw from the deck. Yeah, endgames is looking not good here. I don't know. Sponsors, we don't have many sponsors with a lot of endgames either. Soon I will say always draw from the deck. Not sure. Would have been nice, but we don't have many cards in hand. Do we need a partner zoo? This feels not useful. We could do Ray Hippo with this token, but maybe we need the token for something else. Let's dig away the Agama. Yeah, the slow worm is also not too useful. We need to find something better. Geologist a bit late. Can move build down. If we had the elephant, this game would be great, but no, it just is not. Maybe we should have cleared down. Or they played two large animals. They have Asia 5 incoming, probably. Don't have any project to support, so we kind of need something here. That's not it. At least a good animal. This is good. This could help us play something. Do we need the seahorse? Could be useful to play both of these at some point. The archaeologist. It's our final point there. We need to find something better than the sea lion, I guess. Most of our animals are at least as many points anyway. Now elephant and grizzly bear. They've won 2, 3. We don't have much. We have maybe 2 here. We still and it's we can't play this stupid seahorse anyway. We can break. They don't have any cards. Do we just want to break? But then they will do. I don't know if break is even that good for us. We have a lot of money, so break is probably not right. This could be a nice spot for a water playground or a small aquarium. The partners are doing much for us. They only have one card. They probably break. Play animals. Could play the bison. It's 4, 6, it's 10 points. We might take it if we get the chance. We could have said the seahorse. Our only advantage is that they don't have they don't have many cards. Probably take the anaconda, which is quite annoying. Not really. We don't have to do much with our things anyway. Flamingo is at least some playable animal. I'm probably just too slow. Maybe we should just finish with our animals. 13 points, 87. This is 5, 7, 11 points. Maybe I should have just played animals there. Maybe we'll do a multiplayer on animals. There's some we can play from range. Yeah, that's what I do. Small aquarium, multiplayer on animals with archaeologist. They do elephant release, but then they don't get Asia at least. They release the sand bear, but that's also Asia. It's okay. We could have released the Ray. I forgot about that. But the Ray is not the best release, even with the migration recording. We might be one turn too slow. Now they redo everything. No, and the problem is they have elephant endgame. They take X tokens now. Okay. They are not sure. And they can get it with build and kiosk, and they can build a 5 size. That's quite nice. Unfortunate. At least we can also play our communicator and maybe get blasts. We're just not rich enough for everything. We don't have a project. $25. We can play 3, not even. They upgraded build. Okay. I messed up. I thought I would be more rich. How much can I do? 13, 15, 17, 21. That's not enough even. 24. Some explorer value? Yeah, okay. We probably sell the communicator. Doesn't matter. Should be just enough, so maybe they're not fast enough. Should be enough, right? Yeah. Cable car as well. Nice. So maybe it's enough and they're too slow. We want to play the one where we need to ignore the conditions. And we get one more from the pavilion. Can still play these, but these are worth, right? I think so. We have just one spot to place it. because we want to play water playground there. I'm not sure if it will be enough, but we'll see. They can't have an eagle, they only have one enclosure, and kind of two. Maybe you should have played it just so they can't play it. Probably. I'm not sure if this is enough. They can have Cobra. Maybe we should have played the sea turtle. But still have the Cobra. The Anaconda. So it might be enough, I'm not sure. They have 1, 2, yeah, good thing they don't finish this. 1, 2, 3. Only 2 even. So it should be enough. Nice. When they got the elephant, I was not sure I could win this. But it turned out quite well in the end. I'm happy with how I played it out. I think I miscalculated a bit with the money situation here at the end, but it just turned out right enough to be able to play everything. Pouch, so just crawling over it, but it was a good way to figure out how to manage to get past 100, so can cross and finish in time. It was a bit slower this game, but we played so many sponsors. We had so many sponsors. Bit unfortunate that we just miss out on cable car, but they had sponsored zoo, conservation zoo, guided school tours. So we did the same amount in the end. Not having expert in Africa endgame, a bit annoying, but spending the X to get this conservation point here was definitely the right decision, I think. Yeah, other than that, it's a very rich game on commercial harbor, probably not that many breaks. It was still 4. Yeah, money gained crazy, but because of all the selling actions, we did build nicely. We did not spend too much on building. Our zoo looks quite good in the end, I think. Nicely spaced out. Building the large aquarium also was right in the end, since otherwise we could not have built a small one here. Archaeologist paid out a bit, so we could play 2 animals there, and it was the last tag for science library, which was good. Like using, we did not need the camouflage since we had this token anyway. But yeah, let me know what you think about both of these games, what you also think about the new banner I have for my channel. What I said. Let's wrap it up here before I start mumbling nonsense. I hope you have a great rest of the day and see you next time. Bye bye.